sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend in your labyrinth, distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Your labyrinth. Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend in your labyrinth, blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Labyrinth. separates your shadows from my soul as these walls begin to fall. Head lost in the silence, shadows illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Your labyrinth.
Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to our third qualifier for the EON League. Today we are going in hot with Team Adapt and Team this team is going to be facing another team that we saw previously is E-Wave. So E-Wave and Adapt is going to be facing in, I believe it's Clubhouse. Oh no, it's
No,
Consulate.
consolidate.
Yeah. And of course, I'm not gonna be here alone. And with me is the lovely guy, the guy himself,
Hello,
Peter.
hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's lovely to meet everyone here in the chat. So how are you, Fancy?
I'm great. I'm excited to see how this match is going to set up. So, first of all, let us talk about Team Adapt and see the lineup for them and see
Hmm.
who are the players that we'll be seeing today. So, we will be seeing the players that we already saw before in other qualifiers,
Yeah.
and they are the same ones, didn't change much. And of course, they still having them Clubhouse as their best map. On the other side, we will be having Team E-Wave. Team E-Wave, who will be having their best map as Chalet, which is going to be also a very important thing map, especially because we were talking off stream that we would love to see Chalet,
Yep.
and Chalet one of the most iconic maps in the map pool currently because we lost Oregon. I like to call it,
Mm.
and here we are finally into layer coming into the map pool, which I'm not excited to see.
Yeah. I mean, like layer. I need to say it's different because personally I don't like it. The map is way too big for me. S- I miss Oregon really because but sadly there are too much bugs what people find and everything with the rappels through the doors and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we're here not gonna see currently. We're not going to see either Oregon or Lair. We are into Consulate. Good luck, have fun for the teams, and let's get into the first ban, which Dokkaebi. Hmm.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a Monty. Of course,
Montaigne.
yeah, close enough. Of course,
Yeah.
default ban. We all know
Yeah.
it. So probably the second ban will be Dokkaebi at least until the nerf hits her next season.
Mhm.
We're gonna wait for that. But for now, she's still OP.
It's
She's still
Blitz. Oh,
everyone gets it.
yeah.
Oh wow,
So
Blitz.
yeah, it's actually crazy. I mean, like the last time I was casting something exactly consolate, it was every attack round blitz.
Mhm.
So really crazy to see.
Yeah, interesting to see. And of course, we have to see the Valk ban. A good operator can do a lot of things that will affect the map, specifically a map like this. This is an interesting ban to see.
Huge. Wow. Okay, this is really interesting. I mean, like, oh yeah, this is wow, unexpected. I would say definitely.
Yeah, I think this is an unexpected ban. Maybe in my opinion, mute is not one of the most operator that we you would be able to use a lot in the new concept at least.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, you need to use it in the top floor site.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in a site like this, where
Attackers need
it's
to
the
locate
setup
and
is
defuse the
different
bomb.
than usual because this is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only site in the comp map pool
Swapping
that
back.
is between two
Sure.
floors.
Yeah.
Attackers eliminated.
So also this is a very interesting thing to see from Adapt because I'll tell you something. I've been a fan of
Mm-hmm.
Adapt because I saw them in the last qualifier, and when I saw them playing Clubhouse,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that they're not here to mess around and they're here on serious business because
Ooh.
I saw them,
10 seconds remaining.
and this is one of the very few teams that I saw were playing
5
bar
seconds left
Clubhouse,
before insertion.
which tells you a lot, by the way, about the team.
Yeah,
Attackers
definitely.
objective
I mean,
Defuse the
Bar
bomb.
is one of the heaviest sides, I would say, to defend like or to play. You need to play it from like literally all three floors to play it. So it's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, let's see here the first gunfight already directly into the garage. The Dokkaebi takes on the castle, and they're already 5 versus 4 for the defenders, and it's gonna be a little bit tricky. What do you think about this round so far? How do you think the pace of the attackers should be specifically for this side?
I mean, for this side, I would say normally pretty fast because you have two sides. You just need to clear one, and there we go. There is a second frag coming in from the jackal already. So as we see now, the server side is just defended by one player already. Defended by one player already. So yeah, so this may be a server push because yeah, it's a fast bomb set. You can play only except pretty fast on one bomb set, maybe mainly server, I would say. So yeah.
Yeah, and of course here we're seeing the old the old Solus running around checking for drones, and anyone is holding their phones or anything, but still this is the old season, so we're still not into the new patches and the new rework for the Solus.
Yeah, I mean, like with the new Solus, this will be a lot of different because we can't scan anymore in the preface the drones and anything. So this will be definitely something changing, maybe on the player pick also on Solus.
Yeah, that's gonna be very important to see, and the already 1 minute left, and the attackers, even though they have the advantage, they have not yet make a great impact on this round so far, except on the man advantage. Let's see what is going to happen here. The first damage is done on the jackal, but still didn't get him yet, and 38 seconds on the round left.
Yep. And now, oh, there we go. That's just as we finished talking. Now there is the first frag on the defense side on the attack, and there we go. Lovely to see. Yeah, it was a pretty slow push, as I would say, but as we just saw, the Solus had a lot of work because they were droning so much. So they took the time actually. They got early 2 frags in the early minute, and then they literally used the time just to drone the enemies out. Where are they? How we can kill them? And how we play this round out. So this is very good to see, very strategic. Take it fast in the first minute, and then completely fall back and do your thing as you should do. Play with drones and tell people where they are.
Yeah, definitely. We have to wait and see what they will do in the next round, as they have now changed the bomb site. I think they were trying to create an element of surprise, and they went to the unfamiliar side as the first side, because sometimes you try to catch your enemies in a surprise manner for the first round specifically. Especially this is a best of 1, so each round is going to be important for you, but it turns out not to be as effective as they thought. Let's see here the second round for this matchup and see what will be the case.
Yeah, this is now a pretty interesting setup. I mean, like, you have the best anchor, I would personally say best anchor, Asami. So, I'm a huge fan of Asami. So, the thing is, like, you have so much utility with her, you can play so good with her. I mean, like, having her as an enemy is pretty dangerous because you can create pixel 50 Asamis you never saw before. So this is definitely going to be an interesting round, as we just see. Jackal now scanning the footprint of Visual. Ritual is returning to the bomb site upstairs.
Yeah, definitely. Already the 1 minute of the round is gone, but there's a gunfight here, and the run out we see, but the run out is unsuccessful because already they were anticipating it. 2 people on the window taking the first kill of this round on the Azami. 2 minutes remaining in this round, and we will see what will be happening. Will the attackers and team E-Wave take over this round as well, or will Team Adapt have a different mind and a different opinion about this round and the matchup overall, but we will see for now in this round how it will goes. Dokkaebi Cold goes in, and some gunfight between the Legion and the Vigil, I mean, and we'll see what will be here the case, and the kill on the uh, one of the operators already, and it's 3 versus 2, and the kills is going left and right and everywhere. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how the round ends.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, like, the defenders are pretty much superior there because, like, 2 defenders what killed the assumption. You get a lot of damage taken in, so it's literally 2 bullets for both of the defenders. I mean the attackers, sorry, and then they will be gone. So now they're taking the advantage of drone again. The Flores taking his ability with the lowest drones, killing these shields so they don't have unexpected angles coming. Now we see they're slowly pushing forward, droning, knowing where some people are now slowly pushing forward.
Yeah, 3 versus 1, but as I speak, the round already ends again for Team E-Wave, and as they have taken the control of the round once again, and Team Adapt are not adapting to the way Team E-Wave are playing, and yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe this round is going to be the breaking round for them, and they start to grasp what can be done, because we saw the problem is with Team Adapt, as I've seen so far in the past 2 rounds, they have been running around everywhere and they going
Defenders, protect
left
your
and right,
bombs from
and
being defused by
they don't
attackers.
hold the spaces enough. They don't take control of the map as they should, because in the end you're the defender. They should come for you to plant, but Team Adapt are not playing that way. They're playing like they're the attackers. They're trying to play aggressive, and they're trying to rely on the roam, rely on playing overall outside of the site,
Mm,
and trying to get those early initiatives and early advantage. But it seems not.
10
It
seconds
doesn't seem
remaining.
to be working for them.
yeah, as you just mentioned, I mean, like, some players from that actually playing like they're playing solo, so their only meaning is like kind of pushing, maybe getting a kill or get killed. So that's not really just team play. So we like the 3 people of them playing like together always on site, and we have just 2 heavy focus roamers, as we saw in the early 2 rounds. So I would say normally stop hard roaming, maybe play more closer to side or maybe below the side actually to get some kills off that. But in the end, yeah, that is really like playing too aggressive in the defense. Like you said, they need to come to you, they need to plant the bomb site, and there we can hold your angles, can play it safely down to the time. As we just talked, 1 minute nearly is already gone. We saw now they are droning admin again. They're pushing also through garage towards kitchen there. So yeah, they're slowly making their way E-Wave. So perfectly actually. So yeah.
Yeah, already 1 minute 50 seconds already left in the round. This time, Team Adapt are playing in a very passive way, and they're not making the same mistakes as the last 2 rounds. And they already, you can tell by the operators, by bringing the Tachanka and bringing the Milusi, the way they are thinking of the setup as a very delay setup, because still this will cause a lot of trouble, specifically if the Tachanka is still alive in the last minute so far. We have to see what will happen. Attackers are droning, but Floor is taking a little bit of damage from the drone hole. We'll see what can he do to get rid of those shields, and maybe he will get rid of the warden that is sitting on the front desk. Yeah, let's see on the spiral stairs, but we see here the slowly going up, the
Attackers have
jackal
located a bomb.
going up, and another Dukabi call off, and the Flores drone unfortunately does the team kill. This is one of the first time I see this interaction.
Attackers recovered the
And
bomb diffuser.
another kill goes. That's fragging 4 versus 5, 4 versus 4, and now 4 versus 3.
Yeah, this team kill was really unexpected, I'm not sure, and there is another frag from the Tachanka on the hallway, and now Munich with the army cleared it out, perfectly done. Now this round, as we just mentioned before, perfect, they baited onside, they let the attackers come, they knew where they're coming from, and now they could, as they say, their teammate, they adapt to the enemy, they knew they were going to play kind of fast at first and then taking it slow. So they adapted to it, as we really need to say. Well played, really, with the Flores drone. I'm not sure how team killed him. That's a really good question. I
Yeah,
literally want to see that. Really, I want to see that replay.
Defenders, protect your
So
bombs
it's
from being
fantastic,
defused by
but
attackers.
yeah, unlucky. But still, yeah. Now we are seeing the bottom side. It's garage
Attackers
and
have discovered
kitchen.
the location of a
This
bomb.
is a very interesting setup because we play a mirror and a Fenrir. Lovely to see both operators, pretty strong operators when they are alive. But the mirror shields really to say kind of broken. I mean, like you need to have Kali or Ash, I think was it, that you can kill the mirrors from far range because you need something to drill inside the
10
mirror
seconds to
windows. You
insertion.
can't kill or punch them to knock them out. So yeah,
5 seconds to
lovely
go.
to see, and maybe an early spawn peek towards the
Attackers are heading
window
out to
of
defuse a
it's
bomb.
a very interesting angle to see because normally someone would just open the hatch and
Yeah,
and just take the gunfight from it, but he
yeah.
decided to just open small part of it. So let's see this round how Adept is going to play. We see the back fast execute from Team E-Wave and droning and already taking control of the backside of the server and the backside. Maybe they will be known and their position will be known because the barricades of everywhere. Team Adapt also didn't just leave the backside of the map to 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 just a glimmer of chance, but they have made some few barricades to let them know if anyone is pushing. But meanwhile, the Vigil is trying to do a flank. Maybe he got an info on someone on the server side or not. Maybe he's trying to go for a run out. Yep, we can see that he went out for a run out, but there was no one there. 1 minute 45 seconds left into the round. We'll see how this round goes.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty interesting because, like, Vigil is pretty close to at least 3 players. And there is the opening for Qualifier is going to take him down, but instantly for open Capital. And the Capital with a second on the lesion. Oh, there's quite unfortunate timing there for Adept, actually. And it was pretty unlucky with the flank, but perfect timing on the
Attackers have recovered their
Capital. They're
diffuser.
taking 2 frags out. Now it's a 3-4 already. And they're pretty close on site. The mirror is just waiting. She knows where the enemies are. Can see them a bit through the mirror window, but is this enough actually to take them down here on the basement? And we see the garage is already open, so they have a lot of angles to fight against the defenders. It's not a 3v4, so it's pretty heavy. You need to focus on so many angles at the same time. Can you do it? And there is the frag. Mira just quick peek there, her window and actually gets the kill. Now getting a second kill. So both servers down, and there we go. Fenrir with another double kill there. Lovely to see. Perfect timing on the peak there. Nice lineup there from eBay for Fenrir. Was a stable round. I need to say it looked a bit heavy for a moment there for Adept, but yeah, perfectly done. Perfect executing.
Yeah, definitely. At first, when the Capitao got the 2 kills, the round was a little bit out of their hands. But however, there is the in the end,
Defenders, protect your
Team Adapt
bombs from
started
being
playing
defused by
again the
attackers.
passive game, and they tried to play the slow game and not going to for the peaks and not going for checking the angles and everything. And that was it for them because all what they needed in the end, that lineup that Ferrer got in the end. This is very interesting because usually uh, teams don't play that like offsites of any map twice. They just play it for once and they try their luck.
Attackers have discovered
But
the location of a
Team
bomb.
Adapt are playing it again, and maybe
10
this
seconds to
time
go.
would be the time they would be successful in it. We have to wait and see. But I have to say this is a very courageous move from them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like playing Talos and server again. I mean, like at the first round was a pretty fast push there, so maybe they couldn't really think about what is happening now with the too early executes. Now they are kind of knowing what will happen. Is this a fast push or will they play slow? But as we see now, Yellow Pink's coming out there, wrapping on the windows there. Depth is kinda staying passive, and as just say playing passive, reaching over peak, and the Ace just got the early frag again in 30 seconds inside the round. First frag, the instant again on the defense side. So will be there a second opening frag in a second? No, they're super shorty from the castle actually helps him out and actually gets a baby Dokkaebi.
Yeah, it's a very interesting extend because the team is extending on the horizontal level of the visa site, and they're taking control of the piano and the lobby, and they're using the castle as a way to help them take that control. In the meantime, you can see the Solace is upstairs trying to do the roaming game to try to help the person which is the castle playing below, which is a very interesting. The castle and the pulse, they're playing below, but you can see that the castle rotated and the pulse is in his position. Also, the solid is already taken care of, and so is the line, making it a 3 versus 3 into this round. 1 minute left and 15 seconds. We have to see what is the plan for the attackers and Team E-Wave, and how will they navigate through the remaining minutes of this round.
Yeah, now definitely just some pretty frags there, as we just saw from both sides actually, like more on the defender side. But now they kind of know where players are, where they are sitting. Now it's time actually to go and play together as a squad and getting the frags together. Even if one getting injured, you need the instant refrag. As we see now, E-Wave flanking towards the server side. Down there, the visa window actually, and trying to maybe find a free execute, I would say there. But we have one there and tell us, so they know about it. They just thrown him, but it looks like server is kind of clear. So maybe they're waiting. Oh, there is another frag. We wait. Oh, they know he's in the corner, so they know one player. So, but they don't know if there is a second player out. Now the toxic bait from smokes comes in, takes a lot of damage on the butt, but there is Fadrir with the frag. Instant refrag. Wow, what is happening? So fast refrags, and now Castle with a nice lane. But E-Wave took the with the late roam from the Capital and get the pulls. Pretty lovely. It was a close round, needless to say. Really, pretty heavy, just fast frags, and yeah, it was nearly a throw on the E-Wave side, but luckily the Capital was in time to reach the poles before he's getting away.
Yeah, it seems like Team E-Wave are in control of that round. However, it was a little bit shaky between both of them, and you can tell that
Attackers need to
the
locate
plan
and
and the
defuse as many
idea
bombs
was
as
there
they
from
can.
Team Adapt. But however, there is a problem I've been seeing in the past 5 rounds that we already played from Team Adapt, that in the last 30 seconds, Team Adapt don't know how to stay put and just hold, and they just keep going everywhere and trying to finish the round on the
Bomb
kills, not
located by
on the
attackers.
time or playing the objective, which causes them to lose the round, as we saw specifically in the last round. Maybe this round will be different because we go once again into the top floor site
5 seconds
with
to
the same setup that we saw already, and maybe yeah,
Attackers'
this time
objective
will
is to
be
defuse the
a
bomb.
little bit different for them in this site, or not. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. This is now the third time we're playing top floor. Once the eBay won, and the second time Adept won, and Adept actually adapted to eBay to push from admin there. So will E-Wave put another and different fighter, put there another different angles up so they can play perfect. As we see now, the small jacuzzi is open. Now the first phone ring comes in from Lokabi. Now they know and hear if someone is roaming is offside or not. This is very good play now there. Now we see another Flores drone getting up 80 Lucy charges on Spyro stairs. So there will be definitely someone pushing from Spyro stairs, or it's just a bait to get them alerted. Maybe there is someone pushing and they're pushing from a different side. Now we see slowly people coming in, but as we see, all defenders are upstairs, so no one is lurking around the lower hallways. So yeah, it's kind of, I would say, pretty defensive play, but on the other side, that's how you need to do it. When you are too far off the side, it's pretty fast that you can get pushed and lose the round pretty fast.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that the team adapt especially didn't play on this side of the map, and they're just focused on the other side, and also you can tell like they didn't even put the shield beside the machine, which is a very tricky place to hold, specifically for the defenders, because sometimes you need a certain setup for it. But you see, it seems like they have a plan of just not caring so much about that side of the map and just focusing entirely about the blue and focusing about the CEO and focusing about the yellow. I mean, the yellow stairs and everything like that, which seems to be working for them until they lost the smoke for this round so far.
Oh yeah, as we just. Oh no, the timing, perfect timing there. Milusi swinging around and get the first opening frag on Flores. Lovely to see, and as we just speak of it, yeah, this hallway sheet is kind of pretty, I would say, default. And now there is a second kill, and oh my goodness, what is happening? That getting frag after frag, the attackers now two attackers left, but he still have the chunker, and now we saw just Capital getting burned.
Recovered the diffuser.
As we normally don't see often, that is getting burned. So this is now 1v3 situation. They know where he is, and now finally Asami pushed again over and no, it's Tachanka. Tachanka with the peak there on this lovely one reinforced wall, and now getting their kill. Pretty fast executes. Crazy. They pushed all onside, but they lost. So they knew where players were. Unlucky timing from the guy who went out of the bathroom and into the hallway trying to push the Tachanka. Perfect timing from Lucy there. But yeah, fast executes. Sadly didn't bring enough. But yeah, it was still a kind of, I would say, close round.
Yeah, it was close round indeed,
Attackers need
but
to locate and
in the end
defuse as
it
many
came
bombs
to
as they can.
the advantage of Team Adapt, and we saw how they held the site in the very last seconds, and they just waited for Team E-Wave to push and focus on just playing the time, playing it slow, and just waiting for them to make the mistake, and they did, because Team E-Wave, it seems like they didn't have enough info to let them know what is going on everywhere, and that was the main problem, because they try when you're
10
trying to
seconds remaining.
execute, you always have to know where are you going to
5
where are
seconds
you
to
going to
insertion.
plant. If you're going for a kill or a plant, you need to know those
Attackers are
essential
moving out to
infos
locate
before you
bomb
start
and
your execute, because this shapes a lot of things on the way you attack any sites in general, which is, it seems to be not the plan that was being followed by Team E-Wave. But however, now it's a 3 versus 3 in the rounds, and we switched it up, and now Team Adapt is the one on the attack. So we have to wait and see what are they going to be doing in this half.
Yeah, definitely. As 3-3 spot means actually on console pretty much because like normally I would say it's kind of defender sided because you face too much angles to cover as an attacker. So sometimes you really need luck or kind of skill and to take out players from certain angles. So definitely we see now it's pretty kind of I would say heavy because like you see a Ying kind of looks like a fast push because we have Capitao, Nomad and Ying, so they could actually fast execute a plan and run out again, or actually they're going to play it more slowly, taking the opportunity that they could get away. And maybe for the late last 15 seconds or 20 seconds pushes, as we know them pro league. So they're drawing, slowly taking out the shields. The Asamis is kind of in their way, so now they're taking the Flora Stones to kill the Asami, but the Asami will instantly have another kill. There are this lovely double door, keeping the angle in admin. As you just saw, Ying is still on the skyline up there, so she will wait that someone is pushing top spiral and taking someone out. Now, as we see, Demus hunting players from the bottom with his lovely, awesome, kind of broken pistol sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, 5 versus 4 while we were speaking, and the kill on the Legion already from the Damus, and already 4 versus 4 because you get another kill because the refrag, and making it 4 versus 3, but 3 versus 3 because now it's once again equalized between both of them. Defenders are very much in trouble because they are surrounded by the Damus tracks, and Azami is on 16 HP, and you'll have to wait and see because it's 20 seconds remaining, and the attackers are in very much trouble because they don't have enough time to execute. Maybe the Legion, the Warden gets injured and now gets finished off by the nade. There is 10 seconds remaining, and already it's 3 versus 3, 3 versus 1. Azami is alone, and they decide to go for the kill. Team Adapt executed this last 20 seconds very perfectly because not every time, and this is a very important thing for all the teams, it's not every time you have to go for the plant because the game is not always about the plant. Yes, it's a tactical game. Yes, the planting is a very crucial part, but specifically in the last 20 seconds when you're very low on time and you have the advantage, sometimes you need to just go for the kill, and that's what Team Adapt did.
Yeah, definitely. Hunting down the last player was definitely very important. With 7 seconds on the time, I mean, like, you could have maybe, like, the Demus run to the window, but and plant there on the window. With 7 seconds on time, it would be half enough. But as you said, the refrag potential was high. When the Asami looked maybe the right direction, that Nomad could have fallen pretty early. Maybe the Demus could have gone injured, so the third player was pushing from long desk towards the side, towards the B bomb, I think it was. Pretty close. On the same time,
10 seconds
as you
remaining.
said, going for the kills is very sometimes important, even on times like this. When you say, yeah, mate, we are okay, guys, we are on side. We can focus on the kills. We got a lot. I just got a frag, guys. Keep pushing, keep pushing. It could have gone completely wrong. On the same time, you can say maybe when there would have been a Capcan trap, when they would have played Capcan, I mean, like both players would have gone in an instant, and then you would have been in 1-on-1 situation, and with them 5 seconds on the timer, both individuals ended. It's a kind of mental play then you're in a 1-on-1 situation. So as we see now, it's a basement side. They're pushing towards server. It's kind of like a whole server rush. Everyone is going through the getaway tunnel, what is called electric. Room there, so it will be definitely interesting to see. The Vigil is over peaking a bit, don't see any kind of players, but now there we go. Quadrier again, seeing the players getting the damage done, and Gunny with the leash. It's finally the opening frag against Grim, so we have no beehives anymore playing there. Oh no, wait, it's not the Legion. Gunny is the Oryx. Oh, good to see actually. So he can rotate pretty fast over the whole map without even taking stairs because he can jump up the lovely hedges.
Yeah, it seems Oryx can be in the play, but he's already holding this hatch instead of going up from it. And we have to wait and see what will be the push from Team Adapt, as they are trying to focus on the server side of the push, and they're trying to set up, set up. Wow, that's a tricky word to say. Set up their execution, because it's already 1 minute left, but you can tell there is a problem because the Legion is in Visa and Tellers, and he's trying to contest them on the stairs, but you can see that there is the gridlock and trying to take the gunfight with the but already the Jackal takes care of the Oryx and making it 4 versus 3, because he takes care of the Legion as well. But the Mira takes a kill on the Ace, making it a 3 versus 3. 40 seconds into the round, 3 versus 2, because the Mira takes another kill, making it a little bit harder for the attacker and Team Adapt. 2 players remaining, and now Vigil are going back to site after being tracked. We have to wait and see what will be Team Adapt doing in the last 20 seconds of this round.
Yeah, definitely. Now maybe the new Legion is back on side, so they know kind of all 3 players are back. Oh, there is the knock from the Mira again. Mira holding that window pretty perfectly, and now he's getting all the hits. And Kadir with the last frag. No, actually another time Mira Kadir just get the knock there on Ash, and now there is the round. Mira with a 3k in this round. Fast peeking, always perfect timed. Lovely to see. Nice job, B-Wave. Well played. It's a 4-4 situation. Still, as we said previously, it's a BO1. So the best of 1. Whoever wins this map will get the W here. So,
Yeah, of course. And remember that this is the 3rd qualifier. This is your last chance to get the points to qualify to the EON League. And losing here is going to be very crucial for you, specifically for Team Adapt, as Team Adapt, of course, and for Team E-Wave as well, because both of them are trying to grind those points and trying to get the points for overall and be able to qualify into the league itself. 4-4 the score here, and we have to wait and see what will be the final results, but we'll take it 1 round at a time, because we're still in this and we are still not done, because we still have at least 3 more rounds. But seeing the pace of this round, we're going round by round. I don't think we will be going into just 3 more rounds. Maybe we will be going into overtime to decide the winner of this match.
yes, definitely. This is going, actually, as you just mentioned, this is going forth and back. Every team went 1 round after another. So, as we can see now, these people playing here are actually on the same pace as each other. They know we frag one, maybe we get refragged, or we lose the round. Even with that only potential kill or loss in on the team. This is now very crucial. Both teams know that they are equal to each other. So this is now really playing it passively, as we see now back again on the top floor. They just lost it beforehand. So they have now 1 Romo below the window there, inside piano and waiting. And now there is the first Dokkaebi call. Now Ying is going on top yellow and rushing also to the tower. This looks like a fast going to be an XDT. Oh, and there is the first frags, but there is Kaishu with the awesome first frag and going on to the Capital, and now Ying is the second one to fall. And now finally the first frag happened from Dokkaebi, but Vexishan is actually back instantly with the frag. So it was a fast execute, well played, well drawn, well used of utility, as you just saw, but still. Oh, now there we go. Another kill happened. The IQ. Oh, nearly a second frag there. Oh, getting out.
Not time for the camera.
Yeah, I would definitely have not peeked for the camera, really. This is not in a time like this you peek for the camera. But IQ, as we see, don't know if someone will push long desk or not. Nomad is going on. No, it's not onside. It's the Literally.
Yeah, we have to wait and see what will be the case. 3 versus 2. The last two attackers are the IQ and the. Finally, about time another kill gets and making it 2 versus 2. IQ and the Nomad. We have to wait and see this. The Wamai is taking gunfight here, but the Milusi takes on the Nomad, making it 2 versus 1, and then 1 versus 1 for the attackers, and the Omai is running off the site and trying to bait for the time. That was a
Attackers recovered the
very
bomb.
unsuccessful need from
15 seconds
Zetsty,
remaining.
and he's trying to plant, go for the plant. 5 seconds,
10
but
seconds
I
remaining.
don't think he will be able to stick it. Even if he does, Wamai
seconds
should be able
remaining.
to find him on time, but he
Oh
doesn't.
my, no way.
Attackers active.
The timing.
Defenders have
IQ,
located the
what a
diffuser.
lovely flick was that. The timing, literally 1 second faster, and he would have actually gone through with that round 4 E-Wave. But no, IQ had different plans and actually
Oh my god.
getting off the plant in time to instantly flick onto the Wamai. Wow, crazy. Adept now with the second win in a row. Even I would say it's a kind of defender-sided map. I just actually got proved wrong. Even with times like these, you need to be cool, have your mind focused, and going to do it. Wow, crazy.
Oof, that was
Attackers need to
very
locate and
crazy to
defuse
see
bomb.
because if Wamai was there only not even a second early, if he was there like half a second early, he would have gotten that kill on him. So unlucky timing of the for the Wamai, but still the score is 5-4. By the way, in case anyone is wondering about the overall points, let's talk about the points for both of them, since both of them played the two previous qualifiers. Team Adapt is
seconds
currently on
insertion.
175 points. He's number 1 on the
5
leaderboard,
seconds left
and
before
Team
insertion.
E-Wave Academy is
Tuba
on
deployed.
Attackers
number
locate and
7,
defuse the bomb.
and they are on 50 total points so far. So
Barrier
Team
active.
Adapt is not really afraid of losing because they have kind
Yeah,
of
definitely.
guaranteed. But it seems like let's say have another idea and decided to just lose his life into this round, making it 5 versus 4. Saying, okay, I'll just play Reckless specifically because he's the Dokkaebi, and now we're losing both of the calls from Dokkaebi. This is a very a very
Early
bold
spawn
move.
pick and run out. I definitely wasn't ready for this one here on this side. This is crazy. Like, this is the first like official kind of, I would say, spawn pick. Kevin still as a spawn pick because they still was running away from spawns and like going towards the building. But no, Ash has different plans, going into the top row, running in, and getting the early frag with Vinny. Melusi is gone now. And now we have a blind scan here, knowing some players, and actually Munich with the Dimas, knowing where he is, where he's trying to run away, but Asami got sadly the unlucky timing. Dimas was watching her back and was ready for her. And
Claymore ready.
so it's a really forced situation. Even with a spawn peak early falling down, they don't have an Dokkaebi anymore, so they don't know. They don't have the sounds to say, oh, this is clear, we can move fast forward and push. So, no, Demas need to do their work now, tracking every single player that he can find on his spotted camera vision there, and actually going for the executes one by one.
Yeah, I think now I see why is the mute ban from Team Adapt, because you can tell now when we switched and they're constantly bringing
Bomb
the
located by
Daemons. This is a very interesting idea and a way to just play the way they want to play and just become free with it. But as we say, because of course Custer Curse is real and everyone knows that, Demus is off the board, and this is a 3 versus 3 with a 45 seconds left on the round. And this is going to be a little bit harder for Team Adapt because this site is a little bit tricky to be able to execute with, especially on the vertical side often, because you can see two of the players are upstairs and the Ash is already rotating on the yellow stairs, trying to take control of that area as well. Ace drops and gets the kill on the smoke, already planting. 3 versus 2. Legion tries to rotate. 3 versus 1. And the plant goes down. Already one player left from the defense, and he goes down by Damien, the ace himself, and making it match point for Team Adapt.
Yeah, this is really crazy. Even to think about it, he dropped the hedge, knowing that only they can have a certain amount of anger. He dropped down and got the frag onto the smoke. Like, this is pretty heavy, even if the smoke just got early seconds before the frag on the Dimos. But still, dropping down, kind of predicting maybe a 50-50 chance. Is someone there? Is there someone on the right side hand in the small closet aiming at me? But still, he was sure. He
Attackers
dropped
need
it
to
down.
locate and
He
defuse
knew
this bomb.
there were going to stay someone where he's going to play, and he got the frag there. Crazy play, even with the plant down, and then he still got the
Attackers have
castle.
located a
So
bomb.
the ace, the planter, and getting a 2K in one round. Needless to say, respect on that. Sadly, the Legion wasn't ready that someone was still upstairs. The lion was waiting patiently and be like, huh, I hear someone running, so maybe let's go to find him. Or like wait
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, definitely, because this was a very smart
10
idea,
seconds
because
left
Team
before
Adapt
insertion.
decided to take the risk and
5
make
seconds left.
Damien drop for the plant, and just leaving
Attacker's
Lion
objective is to defuse the
upstairs
bomb.
Covering for him, and just waiting in case anyone flanks, because this was a very important hatch to control, specifically where the Damien was planting. So very well executed from Team Damien and Team Adapt overall.
Yeah. It just looked like a second bullet for Team Damien. Actually, he
Yeah.
was the MVP of the last round for the going for the match. But and there is the only frag. Checkley going in, losing half of his HP, but still getting the opening frag. Now it's now it's going to slowly for Solis. Still didn't trigger any kind of his utility. They're slowly going forward, and now finally he's going to say, "Hello, Solus, I'm here." And oh no, the timing! Keisha with the unlucky timing. He was just a second too late. But even then, the Demos. Oh no, he actually shot the Demos. He got confused by the second player. He didn't saw even the checker. Now someone is going up spiral pretty slow, and it's only 2 players on site against actually 5 players, maybe peeking. And now Bame is slowly falling back, but is completely full flash, running down spirals, running down now banana, and going back onto the cellar floor. Now they're actually prepping everything, as we just see. They are waiting that someone spiral, that someone comes again at spiral and rotating there. Even a crazy thought. It's a 3v5, and they are still waiting for a potential Roma here. This is pretty crazy.
Yeah, 1 minute left into the round, and already 5 versus 3, because this is going to be a very interesting round. But as I say that, of course, one drops, and it's a 4 versus 3 now. We are into the last minute of the round. 4 versus 3. The Jackal is still alive. The Damus is still alive, and we are on the verge of the round ending. Wamai is 16 HP. Should he take this gunfight, he might win or lose it. We have to wait. And the Qaid takes the kill on the Jackal, making it a 3 versus 3. 38 seconds left into the round, but the Thermite is already inside, going for the kill, gets the Mira. 2 versus 1, and it flipped, and already the kill on the card, and another
No!
kill on
Damien
the
again!
last player.
It's Damien
Damien.
again. It's Team
This is-
Damien, literally.
This is Team Damien. I told you.
Yeah.
We saw it coming.
Yeah, it's the caster curse, as we said. It's the caster curse. We said it's Team Damien, and perfectly done. Awesome job. Really, really good to say.
Yeah,
Wow, this is
very well
crazy.
played from Team Adapt, and congratulations on another victory to them. And unfortunately, this will be the stop in this qualifier for Team E-Wave. But still, congratulations to them as well for their magnificent performance, and yeah, it's been a great match to see. We saw, even though this was a map that we were saying that it's a defended sided map,
Yeah,
however, we saw most of the things happening on the attack actually.
yeah,
And
that's true.
I think I think one of the main things that affected the overall of how the defense was played for both of the teams was the mute ban. I think the mute ban was a very out of the box ban that
Hmm.
we didn't expect. I don't think anyone would see it coming,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
we
Yeah.
saw why Team Adapt played that way and why Team Adapt was thinking of banning banning mute into the round,
Mhm.
and even though they started as defend.
Yeah, it's crazy. The first half was literally a 3-3. Then I would say, yeah, normally a team E-Wave going to be the pusher. Now it's a 3-3 situation. You going to defense. Now you normally should have the time there to show them, hey man, it's a defender sided map. You can push. You can take everything out. No, Team Adept showed us different. Actually, all we could say, Team Damien, kind of. Yeah, he clutched 2 rounds there. Perfectly done. Crazy played. Lovely to see. They really showed us how to play. Damien, kind of the sneaky guy, I would say, in the last round, because like he was on site. No one was had him on his screen. No one saw him coming in. The mirror, instant threat. The Vame, like the call came maybe, yeah, he's a garage. He's inside the garage at the cars. Vame went in the corner, slowly peeked, like the safe corner there. Peeked towards the cars. He didn't saw him, no, because Damien pushed forward. He kept pushing. And then sadly, I mean, Gunny with the Vamai with 16 HP, you can't
Mm.
win a gunfight against a fragmite, I would say, because yeah, he was a fragmite back in the day. But still, as we
Yeah,
saw, perfect time. The weapon
y-
damage is
you don't
perfect.
need
Like,
the need. Yeah, you
yeah,
don't need the need to make him fragmite. He still
yeah,
can go with the gun and does
yeah,
the thing that Damien does. So
yeah, definitely. This
why
is
why
crazy.
why play frag operators when you can play thermite and just go run and get kills? Who needs to plant anyways?
Yeah,
Yeah,
who needs
that's
to
a
play?
old fashioned.
Yeah, well, welcome back to 2016. We are playing Termite and running into the room and killing everyone
Yeah.
because we can.
While we are waiting for the next match to ready up, and we're just going to wait and see. We'll be taking a quick break until the match is ready.
Yep. Thank you for staying with us.
distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, in your labyrinth.
All right, there we go. We're back. A bit of a caster switch up, still a German, but no longer the guy. It is me. It is I, Reaperins, back on the cast after successfully recovering from the R6 Combine, and I'm joined once again by Fancy. How you doing?
I'm good. It was great seeing you at Combine and great to see you here again. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this matchup, especially between those two teams. So why don't you go ahead and tell us who the teams are?
Well, it's going to be Adept again. So we just saw them advance in the qualifier against D-Wave, and they will continue in their crusade to try and make it into this EON League. And they will do so going up in the qualifier against Team Aku Aku, also a team that I think we've seen around the qualifiers for a bit. I'm pretty sure I cast them in the first qualifier.
Yeah,
like 2 weeks ago.
I'm familiar with.
I'm fairly certain. So it's very
Yeah.
quickly looking at the team card. You can see Kieran, Southbark, Faro. Those are familiar names. Adam, Kid Adam, another guy who's both been around EON chat on Twitch, and at the same time, just a player who we've seen in most of the qualifiers. So Aku, I think middle of the pack team, not necessarily the strongest out of this qualifier so far, but they've shown that they're a promising team to potentially make it into the league structure. And so Adept will have a whole lot of work ahead of them. And speaking of Adept, we'll very quickly look at that. And since you just casted them, Fancy, maybe you can run us through that team for a bit.
Yeah, the team adapt, or as I was just calling them, team Damien and Kirby, and like the rest of the boys are really interesting to see the way they are playing, specifically the way they played concert we were just seeing and we were talking about it. They're thinking ahead, and they're not here to like mess around and just, oh, okay, we have enough points, we'll just go around and do silly things. They did do silly things indeed, but in the end they still are thinking in the mentality of we're here to win it. And that was very clear to them, like by them, for us, like when they banned Damus and like, when they banned Mute and they were playing Damus, that was a very clear sign to me, especially after the switch.
Yeah, all right. And I mean, with that, I do believe we're already getting into the game. It's going to be Clubhouse, so a fairly standard map. I have talked this one to death. This is just, we're expecting to see a lot of Clubhouse, and well, previously it was Oregon. But it's just a staple, everybody likes going to it. Everybody and their mom knows how to play this map and knows how to do the most default things. It comes down to fundamentals. It comes down to also pace. You need to be fast enough at attack, otherwise you're going to just fall short of being able to close out rounds. You need to be able to get yourself in a position where you can even execute, and sometimes that can take up to 2.5 minutes, even if you're doing everything right, if you're not given the opportunity. So you have to keep up. With that, first man comes out is the Ying, an execute-based operator. So already Aku expecting Adept to at least make it to the stage of executes, and wanting to be wary of that, not wanting to be forced onto the Warden as much. Second ban that comes out is the Monty. We have seen a lot of shield operator bans recently. I just saw in the previous game there was no love for them. And with that, I think fairly standard ban makes sense on Clubhouse, especially for taking rafters, for taking dirt, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, definitely, especially for such a map, Clubhouse. A Monty can be a very annoying operator to handle overall, and of course the Ying is also has her appearances overall, and we can also tell the Kaid is one of the default operators that you don't want to handle. But personally, I would think banning Tubaru is more important in such map as Clubhouse more than the Kaid, because back in the days when Kaid used to be played in this map, you never had a very like clear way to handle him, except either getting a Maverick or just trying to sneak away your Twitch drones. We didn't had like the secondary EMPs, but now with the secondary EMPs, I don't think banning such operator is
Defenders,
really
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
needed, especially with having an operator like Striker having two sets of utility. I think
Bomb
not really
located by
needed
attackers.
such ban. But however, those are the bans that we are having today, and we are going to be starting the match with Team Ako on the side of defense, going of course on the very first site of basement.
Right, and with that, we immediately have a Capcan coming out. Kid Adam, once again, just
10 seconds
staying on that
remaining.
EDD to try and give himself an opportunity to maybe get some kills passively,
5 seconds remaining.
and given the opportunity to just try and see if you can catch somebody unaware. This will, of course, mean that Adept will have to watch out for it. That, once
Are
again,
you
just, it
seeing
wastes
this
time
lineup?
clearing.
Are you
Yeah.
seeing the lineup for the attack? This seems like a lineup for an execute. I think I saw it before.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember correctly, but Team Aku has a different opinion, and they're getting rid of the Ash early in the round.
Right, I like the suppressor on the glass, and as you mentioned properly, Ako getting off to an early start. South Park, the opening pick. He's known for trying to pick some fights, some very aggressive ones at that. And there we go, Kid Adam, immediately. It works out
Bye.
for him, the Kapkan traps. Goodbye to the glass, who was trying to sneak in with that suppressor. The problem is he didn't check his doorways, and he dies to his Russian counterpart. Adam's still putting down more Kapkan traps in different places. He's still trying to play around Freezer, to waste more time to see if he can maybe find another gunfight before either being pushed out or cleared. So at the moment, just everybody trying to fall back. There we go, Kid Adam. The first kill that he gets with his gun means he's also able to keep control of Kitchen, now only leaving Kirby and Setsi left to try and win this round for Adept. They might have a whole lot of time. They have 2 minutes, Fancy, but what are they going to do with that? They have to go through so much more utility.
Yeah, because it's a 5 versus 2. Currently, even if they took control of the Moto and they try to go for the side directly, they're going to be faced with so much utility and so much things that's uncleared, and it's very hard for them to clear, and they would have to eventually try to do it in a gunfight way and try to get picks here and there, and hopefully find the advantage of making it like 2 versus 2, or just like focusing on the gunfights. But doesn't seem to be that way, because it seems like Team Ako is just holding their grounds, not doing anything too crazy, just waiting for them to push and do everything. But doesn't seem like Team Ako are thinking of moving and doing anything in this round.
At the moment, just trying to play keep away, just wanting to secure this round. Not going out on a limb and doing anything funny. Of course, Ako, they are known for sometimes just, going out there and maybe throwing away a round or two because they get too aggressive. Not so this time around, as it's only down to Setsi now. He is able to find one, but there's Kid Adam, with I believe that is a 4K in the round, including a trap kill and EDD kill. That's a good start for this Kapkan to open us up, and Ako win the first round on their defense.
Yeah, and yeah, as they usually say, that the first round usually is a way to feel the temperature of the room and just feel the temperature of how this match is going to be played. And hopefully Team Adapt are going to be adapting in this map as quickly as possible as we go into the second site and the second round of this matchup. This time you can see a more normal lineup from Team Adapt, and so far it seems they're going to stick to the basics and just try to figure out what they did wrong in the last round and just build on it. Hopefully we see a different style from them this round, and yeah, as we can see, the normal setup is being done by Team Ako, but I saw something quickly. If you saw that the sauna wall is not completely reinforced, meaning they are trying to probably trick it with impacts, or they will just do something about it in a different way that we're used to.
Well, I mean, that wall is soft, of course. You've got to consider that there's a mirror in play, but never mind. In the meantime, Subpark, once again, out aggressive, trying to get a kill outside the map as early as possible, will be punished, as he did have a C4 pre-rep, but he's not expecting that player on Repel to catch him. So that is the opening pick in favor of Munchied, and able to take down that Valk. Valk now has access to her cams, but won't be able to use that C4 anymore to try and get a kill late from down below. There's still 2 more C4s left in the hands of some of the other defenders closer to site. So Ako still potentially having that chance later on, but being down a player early allows Adept to maybe slow it down, get some drone information, and just use their manpower to overwhelm the position and to move themselves into Cash. And immediately another gunfight ensues inside of Cash. Munchied is able to find a second on Tefara, and this should be Cash control firmly gained within the first minute for Adept, as Los Blancos also goes down to 10 HP. And this is looking like a much better start to the round for Adept already.
Yeah, it seems the control for this round is much more in the favor of Adapt. However, already one is injured and already taken care of is a mute. 5 versus 2 with Azami, as I speak, goes down, and already 5 versus 1, leaving everything to the Mira. But the Mira is already going to be taken care of after doing a C4 kill but still in the end the round goes to Team Adapt. I like the pace from Adapt in this round. It shows how well they were in everything they did in this round. However, Team Aku started off this round a little bit too aggressive and a little bit too confident after the first round, and they thought, okay, we did it the first round, we're just gonna keep going the same way and playing super aggressive. But
Attackers need to
Team
locate and
Adapt
defuse
already read into them and just waited for them to come and just waited for them to take the fights for them instead. And that was what happened. We saw a kill after kill and just
Attackers have
the
located
man
the bomb.
advantage going to Team Adapt and the advantage overall going to their favor.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for both of the teams already because 2 rounds in, we've seen essentially the same thing for either side happening. There's not a big amount of trades in the opening engagements. It is basically just an opening fight that
10
determines in
seconds
which
remaining.
direction the round is going to snowball. So, like in the first round, Southpark was able to get the opening
5
kill,
seconds
and from
left.
there, Kid Adam cleaned up the rest. And there was no trades, there was no nothing. It ended up being a 5v2 for a bit. And now in the second round, we immediately had Southpark go down, and off of that came another player being like too aggressive, wanting to keep their position in cash too long, getting cleared out, and once again no trade, leaving it in a 5v3. And so for both teams, we already see they're not trading each other. They just get an opening pick, and from there they snowball into the round win. And that's a bit of a concerning look. You need to start going for some trades if you want to win out some of these rounds, because you're not going to win every opening engagement. But what matters is that you get value out of each opening engagement. So even if you lose it, you get something in return. You do damage, you hold a position for a minute and a half if you're the defenders, or you clear a position quickly even though you lose a player in a 1-for-1 trade. All of that is important. You need to find some sort of value. If you just lose a player for nothing, like South Park going down early inside of round 2, that's not going to be beneficial for you in the round, and it's going to allow a big opening later on for your opponents to capitalize on.
Yeah,
At the
definitely.
moment,
And you saw that. I think I need to check if it happened or not. You saw the trick on the single wall of construction. We need to check if that wall was tricked or not. But yeah, go on.
much slower round this time. No opening spawn peaks from South Park. Instead, cash control gained by Adept. Now, top red being forfeited by Aku, who are deciding to pull themselves back entirely. They've given it up. They're pushing back all the way to construction. And once again, involved in the third opening engagement in a row. He's 2 for 1 at the moment. As South Park is able to find the first pickup. That is going to be the Sophia down, which means no more of that stunning utility and potentially explosives that may be used for utility in a bit. Leading up to the mid round, a C4 comes out, almost connects onto Win. Not quite. Will do quite a bit of damage. At the very least, that Ash is still alive. Some more util expended to get those castle barricades open, and now Adept are knocking at the gates. The problem is, they still have a few positions to find, and construction has been reinforced off.
Yeah, I like the way that Team Aku is playing this round. They did trick in the wall for construction, the single wall. They reinforced the way for Team Adapt to rotate into construction, because usually teams rotate from construction into logistic and using the line and the rotation, but it was reinforced off 5 versus 4 and 30 seconds into the round. This is going to be a very tricky situation to handle by both teams, because you can see the playing style already, a 5 versus 3, because the playing style of Adapt is mainly and heavily focused on the construction side, and the Ash is trying to go in but gets injured in the process. 4 versus 3, and just like that, Reappearance. In a matter of second, the round ends.
It is Kid Adam once again with the explosives. The man is definitely to be feared on anything that even remotely detonates. So it doesn't matter if it's an EDD or a C4, he's able to claim those kills for himself. I do believe that the second kill that came out was a finisher off of another C4 that actually injured the Ash in the first place. So just a lot of explosive util left. This is what I wanted to touch upon, in the previous round, in round 2, when they lost players early. I was going to say, well, there's 2 more C4s left in the hands of the Mirror and the Mute. They can use that in late round to potentially just blow somebody sky high. The problem is they got overrun too quickly. This time around, the plan, exactly as I had, envisioned it, exactly as they were trying to set it up for, worked out. they were able to stall for time, and then they were able to pre-place C4s in positions where they were able to just funnel the attackers into. And I was looking at that when you were calling 30 seconds left. I was thinking to myself, how in the world is Adept going to execute from this? There is absolutely no way for them into sight. They can walk into one doorway. They have two very risky window vaults that they have zero control over, and they can die from like 4 different angles. They cannot go into Logi because it's reinforced off, so their only access would be the hatch, and they didn't really have time to rotate over there. And the main breach still had a mirror window on it. Like, how in the world are you supposed to execute into this? And you're at a man disadvantage. So at the moment, Aku is South Park. The opening picks for him are very pivotal in winning the round. And once again, we have somebody outside the building. It's Los Blancos this time. It is not South Park. First time that South Park is not involved in the opening pick. But it's still a run out. In spirit of South Park, Los Blancos picks up that first one. And that's Aku in the lead in terms of man count once again.
Yeah, and not any operator is down. It's the Hibana, especially for a site like this. It's going to be a little bit tricky to handle, and this might force team adapt into playing in a certain way, because now you only have the secondary breaches on the Grim, but it's going to be a little bit tricky to see how can they handle it. Here he goes, the Grim gets a kill, makes it 4 versus 4. The Blitz in the window, but however, doesn't know that there is another person there, making it a 4 versus 3, but the Blitz says otherwise and making it equalized one more time. This is going to be very important because it's a little bit hard for them to execute. The hatch is not opened, the kitchen hatch is not open. The only hatch is opened is the moto hatch, and the blue hatch. So taking control of the other place of the map. Oh, actually, even the moto hatch is not even open. It's only the blue hatch. This is going to be very hard for Team Adapt to take over the map and this round in general.
Well, at least this time they're not at a disadvantage, but of course, you rightly pointed out, Fancy, they have not only lost the Hibana very early on, so she wasn't able to contribute at all. They also lost their Grim in a secondary engagement, so he was able to use one cannon. That's it. Here comes a big flank from South Park, but he's playing the long game. He didn't shoot. He's not pulling the trigger. He's just waiting. Is this left too long? There's a plant going down. He won't be able to deny this. C4 from up above does some damage to himself. He spots the planter, but he's gotten off the plant. He can't look down far enough. He finally gets the first one. He doesn't expect Win to be there upstairs on the main staircase. It's only down to Los Blancos. He's found 2. He won't be able to find a third. And somehow Adapt are able to get this into a round victory. South Park, he had Win in his hands, and he let him slip by to look for a better opportunity. But sometimes that better opportunity just doesn't present itself.
Oh wow, that was too close. Like sometimes, you know how they sometimes say trigger disciplines is going to make you win. This is not the time to do it. This was actually the opposite time, because the time was already in your advantage. You had everything. The hatch was closed. The kitchen hatch was closed. There was no reason for you to go into the kitchen and not follow that kill the Ash on the stairs. You already had everything you needed, and the fact that somehow Team Adapt still went into the site, found a way to go into and plant is a big mistake from Team Aku on that round.
A big misread trigger discipline. I appreciate the trigger discipline coming out, but this, like you said, Fancy, it is just not the time to be doing it. Like right there, you had the kill on the only player that could cover that plant in your hands. You let it slip by for an opportunity to swing kitchen. You know the hatch is closed. You killed the Hibana. This must have been communicated by Blancos. You have to know that this hatch is closed and there's nobody in kitchen. Otherwise, you would be hearing footsteps. You should know about this if your team is communicating with you properly. So just a bit of a misread, not capitalizing on a kill that was in your hands, as the crosshair was firmly placed on the head of Win for at least 1 or 2 seconds as Win was just going by. And letting that opportunity slips allows Adept to go into a post-ban situation, allows us to tie up the score. And once again, Win is dead early. We've lost another early Ash. Another basement round. This is very reminiscent of the first round we've had. So Aku is good on these early rounds, but when it comes to mid and late round decisions, they'll start to make some slip-ups.
Yeah, it's little bit tricky to see how they handle the overall execution for the round. But however, they still have a man advantage.
Attackers
At least
located a bomb.
in this round, it's not the Hibana, so maybe Team Adapt will actually be able to uh, play this round in a way they have it planned, since they lost one of the entry instead of one of the hard breachers. So we have to wait and see how will Team Adapt play this round. And I can tell already Hibana is already opening something, and maybe we'll see. Yeah, maybe we'll see what will be the execute for this round, and how will Team Adapt execute overall.
All right, here comes some Hibana pellets. Attempt of a trick was there as well. We can hear more of them coming out. So this is going to waste quite a bit of time as Adept is trying to get this kitchen hatch open. And so they will do that with about a minute, maybe even less than a minute left, as there's individual Hibana pellets coming out. They're still just slowly going off one by one. Now hatch will finally be open. This allows some of those Windies to come in, but Kiba barriers to still deal with. There's a player on the AK rack that they have to find count. At the same time, they have complete control of sight. Aku that is. And now here comes Munchie to try and move himself in. He looks for the first, but he gets shot in the side. Farah does go down to Kirby, but at the same time, the Valk is immediately able to retake this position. Now a hatch up comes through from Kirby. He's able to find one. Damien with another. It's a 2v2, 2v1 now, as Exao is able to find Damien. Only down to Kirby. He does have control of the AK rack now. He does have Diffuser in hand, and with 25 seconds, he might have an opportunity to put a plant down. Both of the players are over on Church side. He's going to throw a drone down. This is going to give his team the opportunity to maybe feed him some information on a push. Plants next to the mirror window.
15 seconds
Problem is,
left.
will he be able to stick this? He will be forced to. 2 seconds.
Attackers
Going to be able to stick it down. Here comes the first swing, but no, he won't be able to win it. The Mira is too fast on the swing. He's not quite able to get up his gun in time. And that is a 2v1 one-up by Aku Aku, just about with a very messy execute. I like what Adept was trying to go for here, but Aku Aku are able to hold on, and they put themselves right back in the lead.
Yeah, definitely. It was almost done in the way that Adapt wanted to do, but in the end, it slipped up from their hands because they didn't have enough info. They didn't have that info that tells them where is everyone located. So when they try to start the execute, because you saw the blitz going in and
Attackers need to
finding
locate
two
and
people in
defuse
front of
bombs.
him, I don't think the blitz knew the exact location of any of them.
Attackers
And
have
that was
located
a
the
little
bomb.
bit problematic because when Team Adapt was trying to execute into the site, they didn't have enough info to capitalize and like build on.
I mean, once again, I like the intention that they were going for. They tried using that blitz to clear out AKs. The problem is there was 2 players stacked over there, and so he gets shot in the side unexpectedly. Just the
Yeah.
stack up from Aku Aku, everyone was perched inside of the site. There's really nowhere else for them to be playing, so you could have if you're on the side of Adept, but just very difficult to try and do because peeking and prodding into the site, you're trying to find some sort of opening, but you're just being funneled too much. And Aku Aku has done a good job of that. When they don't lose players early, they're able to funnel their opponents into an execute that just really does not favor the attackers. And that generally goes for Clubhouse. That's just kind of the default of how you have to execute, even like especially with both a Monty and a Ying being banned to take control early and to execute with a bit more of a surprise element. So you're forced to rely on some of these, backups such as the Blitz, which is essentially, the perfect solution of the Ying and Monty combined. But it's not the optimal solution, and it's going to leave you one. With that, Adept, they move into another round. They have a chance to tie this up at a 3-3 half, which still wouldn't be all that bad considering that we're still on Clubhouse. But certainly this is not what they wanted to go for. They would have liked to win at least 1 or 2 more of these rounds because they certainly look capable of doing it. They look adept at being able to win some of these rounds, if you would speak.
Yeah, I definitely agree because bringing such an operator as the Blitz is can be a little bit problematic for the defenders, but also you have to think of it the other way. Bringing Blitz will deny you from bringing an actual operator that might actually affect the shape of the round that has a gun. And speaking of which, such operator is could be one of the attackers getting a kill on the Azami, and another kill goes on the mute by Thermite, and keeps the kills are keeps on going, and another kill on the Mira that was trying to be on the window, but seems Lion to be injured on the breach. Let's see what they're going to be trying to do here, because once they open this wall, the Goyo canister is gonna pop off, and it's going to be a little bit problematic for them to execute and rely on that, and that's 20 seconds wasted for them not be able to planting in this area and not be able to take control.
no.
And that
Right.
kill.
Not sure how he's allowed to do that. South Park now the second, somehow reeling this round back in. I also found it funny that Los Blancos was caught out a bit unaware with that breach getting open in the process, but he somehow turns it into a double kill from Red Stairs. Munchie is able to find one more on the entry. So despite it being a 4v2, it all comes down to a 1v1. Both of these players are tagged up. Munchie essentially 2 bullets away. Same with Los Blancos, because Los Blancos might have more health, but the gun that's in the hand of the Maverick does do more damage. He tries to go for the plant, he tries to fake it, but he doesn't expect Los Blancos to be close already. And it is Goyo with a triple kill. He nearly gets himself caught in front of breach, but he makes up for it by killing 2 players on red, finding that execute denial, and working around his teammate South Park. They're able to reel this back in. This was a 2v4, and somehow they turn this into a victory for themselves, and they move on into the second half with a 4-2 split. So this is going to allow them to potentially drag this over the line here on attack.
That's a very tricky situation for Adapt, because the round was going really well, and then it went really bad for them. We went all over, and they had a control, but they just in a moment of a second, everything went all over the place, because they tried to play too fast for the pace of the round. But that's over. That half is over. Now we will focus on this half, and I'm very interested in seeing one thing out of Adapt, especially in this half, because the last time I saw them and the last time I casted on them, they did a very trick move, which is playing bar instead of CC. So I'm wondering if this will be the case again, and if they do it, will Team Aku Aku be ready for them or not? I am more than excited to see that. But for now, we'll go into the traditional map, traditional site of Gym.
That sounds interesting. I would love to see that too.
The attacker
But
found
like
the
you
diffuser has
pointed
been
out,
dropped.
now we're going over. And this is
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
becoming more and
Attackers
more of a
dropped the diffuser.
favorite, I think, of teams inside of competitive, because it used to be the go-to that you would just start basement. Everybody would start
Attackers
basement. A
located
few
a
people
bomb.
would start CC. That was ages ago. That CC used to be considered one of the strongest sites. Now with all of the like wall denial and tricking and whatnot, and, ways to open up walls and ways to try and execute into CC, it's kind of dropped off a cliff in terms of popularity, and people decide to instead go to gym a lot more and go once again over to basement. Basement always been a strong side, always will continue to be a strong side, because there's not a whole lot of bird play, especially on church. So you have to try and funnel in from just certain angles. There's only so many access points into basement, which is why it's such a favorite site. But gym has been just getting more and more popular because you can make a very complex setup. It might have more opportunities of entry, but those are very convoluted for the attackers, and it's very easy to try and play around that. That is too late. Right. Well, the bandit trick doesn't work out. Way too late, and Damien is going to get a super shotty kill.
Yeah, action going on both sides of the map. Bandit messing up his bandit tricking, and the castle Damien getting his shotgun kill on the sledge, and this is a very very cheeky angle caused by the small part that the Azami didn't cover, and that is enough to get the Azami off the round for this round at least, making it a 4 versus 4. 1 minute remaining for Team Aku Aku to do something in this round and start executing, but Team Adapt say a different thing, but Team Aku Aku replies and says another thing, It keeps going on back and forth. 2 versus 2 into this round, 2 versus 1, making the last person left from Team Aku Aku trying to find a kill on the Warden, but the Warden keeps running left and right.
Oh no.
This
All right.
was-
Yeah, that was a miss. That was very strange. That last encounter with the Thatcher dropping the hatch, just very very questionable. Just triggers not pulled fast enough. A very awkward gunfight in terms of also just movement from the Warden. I don't know what happened there.
It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, Reprints, here we are into bar side once again by Team Adapt. I'm waiting to see how Team Aku Aku will handle this side because let me tell you, this is one of my most favorite sides ever to ever exist in Rainbow. Totally,
Oh.
it totally so beautiful of a side for me.
I can still basically see Cryan going for that flank on the Max OT map 5 in Berlin.
Yeah, I can read it. I can hear it in my ears.
Yeah. I can hear Dez just going for that last cast of them just beating NA and then finally beating BR to a championship. So it's definitely a very storied site on a very storied map. That bar very very important just for the history of Siege. But aside from that, I'm looking at the operator lineup and I'm thinking I'm once again reminded back to Berlin because these are some like old lineups. This is a nuke on top floor. This is an Echo to try and play the denial from all the way down below. This is very reminiscent of what old Rogue did. So I'm very curious to see how Adept want to implement it into the current meta. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
True. And especially for a site like this, getting like the feel of like year 5 and year 4 operators. We're back into when almost back when Jaeger had an ACOG, but not too far, I guess. Have to see what is Oryx up to in this sneaky peeky like trick, but takes the kill. The Frost takes the kill on the Damus, but gets refragged immediately by the Grim, making it a 4 versus 4. 1 minute left and 55 seconds remaining. Is going to be a little bit tricky for the attackers to handle because they have to clear top floor in order for them to push the site, because it's going to be very tricky. Because think about it this way: if you are attacking a site like Bar, if you go just vertically and without the clearing, you're not going to be able to plant because every place that's the default is covered by vertical above. So you have to go for upstairs. And if you go for upstairs, that's going to cost you a lot of time to handle. And there's a lot of roamers going to be taking control of upstairs.
Right, I'm a little... No, Kid Adam. Okay, he's on that side of the... I'm so confused. No, he is. He's over in Lounge. I'm a little worried that Kid Adam might get caught out in someplace far away with the diffuser in hand, but apparently Los Blancos is able to find a Claymore kill as Win overextends somewhere, likely trying to go for a run out or something on that Oryx. He get caught in a bit of an explosive device once again. We've seen quite a few of those in this matchup so far. Will leave man advantage for Aku Aku going into this execute. What they have to do is try and find these players at the right time, but the problem is Kirby, he puts a bit of a nail in that plan as he's able to find one more on another run out, and inside of the site, in the meantime, Damien gets caught over the top of the shield as he's too far away from it, and Kid Adam from an elevated position is able to take him down. 25 seconds left. Good opportunity for Aku Aku to try and go for a plant. There's no more denial. The problem is they have to worry about Kirby going for this hatch drop. Where are they planting? This is going to be what it depends on. Kirby tries to go for a drop. Will it be covered? Yes, it will, but Kirby wins the gunfight anyway. Plant is down. It's a post-plant. The Ash is not aware. Now finally turns around. No thing coming through from Kirby. Convert holes to try and do some damage onto the player down below. On the bomb side, Los Blancos is able to find Kirby finally. That leaves a bad post-plant position for Setsi, who has to try and find 2 more players. He's got about 20 seconds to do it before he has to hop on that diffuser. He's getting yellow pings. Try and move around that player, some red pings as well, but no, Los Blancos wins it, and Aku Aku are able to win this attack, despite the unconventional bomb site choice, and despite the very interesting play from Adept. They aren't quite able to hold on to it long enough, especially using that Echo to try and deny the plant must have hurt them a lot. And Aqua are able to win their first attack, which now puts them up 5-3. Only 2 rounds away from victory here, Fancy.
Yeah, definitely. I have to applaud Team Aku here because it's rarely that you can see a team that is organized specifically in attacking such site. Because if you think about it, when you practice, usually there is not a lot of team that would run against you such site, and that would mean that you're not always prepared to be able to attack and just have a plan in mind on how can you plan it and how can you execute on it. But Team Aku seems like they didn't have a problem and they were prepared enough to handle such such side pick from Team Adapt, and it worked for them. And I can tell that Adapt had an idea in mind, of course, because we saw it before and it actually worked. But this time it didn't quite catch on.
Yeah, sadly not working out for them, despite the unconventional choice. I always like it when, new stuff is tried or very old stuff is dug out, because let's be real, Adept was definitely stealing from some very old strat books to try and get a round on bar to work, because there hasn't been any recent strategies on this bomb site, because while it was briefly popular on this map, it has fallen kind of to a state of disarray once again. People just don't go to bar anymore. It used to be competitively viable for just a tiny bit, but the moment the meta changes, a bomb site that is as tricky to even be competitive in the first place as bar is not going to stay in for very long. Seeing it come out, it doesn't work out for them this time around. Aku instead just continue to build their lead, and they now have the chance to put themselves at the match point very, very quickly, as there's a bit of a 1v1 going on, as both players that are fighting at the moment are live tracked, and we're really making sure that we're tracking Win at the moment. He's getting Demos and he's getting Grimmed. There's a lot of bees on him. He has a little drone following him around everywhere he goes. They definitely all know where he is at the moment.
Yeah, but you can tell that. Oh, yes, finally, that was going to be a little bit sad for the Demos if he didn't get the kill. 3 versus 3, even though Team Adapt had the advantage for a very small second, and it was 5v3, but now Team Adapt are losing again, and they are 3 versus 3. Demos is being
Okay, there we go. Good trigger discipline. Much better than last time. He's able to get this one. He doesn't pull a South Bark. He waits for just the right time, because that SMG-11 can get away from you pretty quickly. He's able to find that one frag before finding himself dead to the SMG that's just that tiny bit better. SMG-12 does beat out the SMG-11, at least in terms of raw numbers, in every aspect. Let's be real. And so far, I was able to find that refrag, but it does put us into a 2v2. That player being killed by Setsi before he himself goes down allows Munchie and Damien to just try and hold on, as the two remaining players of Aku are both trying to ingress from blue side, and there's a mirror window for the defenders to still play around. Here comes a flashbang. It does flash out the player on the big box, but Farah is taking a lot of damage. Here comes the first kill. Munchie is able to find one. It's only down to Stoutbark, and he's 1 HP. He tries to go for the swing, but Damien is there for the crossfire, and that's Adept finding another round. They deny match point opportunity. The good start for them. Suddenly they lose 2 players on their clear, because they were not aware of Aku taking positions while they were getting frags themselves. And now, by a very thin margin, they're able to drag this one over the line, able to win basement once again, which now forces them over to cash, unless they want to try... Yeah, there we go. Okay, they're deciding to go back to gym instead. And they're starting to close that gap.
Yeah, I think any team that is prepared enough to play bar, I don't think they are going to be risking going to such site as CCTV, because I think in the end, as you said, such site became very bland, and it just everyone knows now how to defend such site, and everyone knows how to attack such site. So it became one of those sites that, okay, it's the same site, the same setup, same everything. So it's going to be actually more of a risk for the defenders than actually a gain of playing such site. So for now they will stick to both of the sides of basement and gym, and maybe the occasional pick of bar. But for now, we have to go for the gym again and see what is the plan for Team Adapt and also the plan for Team Aku Aku, as I am seeing the blitz here, which is a little bit unconventional, especially for gym site, in my opinion.
With that, Kid Adam is going for quite a few unconventional operators. Not necessarily known for playing the most conventional game. He's proving it here once again as he's on that shield operator, and the question is, what are they going to do with? Oh no, no, Damien. That was not Damien. Apologies to Damien. Exile. That was Exile. What are you doing? All right, one thermite charge gets wasted. They're trying to get themselves in very quickly. Kid Adam is able to find the opening pick, and he's still ADS as he's trying to find more gunfights, but he gets shot in the side. Damien is able to find the cleanup, but South Park finds another. Los Blancos, Farah, they're all lighting up the kill feed. It is a 4v1. It's only down to win, and he's got 16 HP to work with. Last time on this bomb site, he was the first one to go down, but his team was able to win it for him. Now he's in the same position, but his entire team is dead. He's the only one to try and bring this over the line. Los Blancos finds him from down below, and that is what Aku Aku were looking for. They wasted an exothermic. I was going to question why in the world Exao was being so reckless with it, but considering they were going for such a fast play, I guess they don't care where their first exothermic goes. And Aku Aku put themselves onto match point now with 2 opportunities to close this out in regulation.
Yeah, definitely. The apologies to them. I now understand why are why they were going with the pick of the blitz. It seemed at first questionable, but when they rushed everything, it seems more reasonable to see what the plan they were doing. And yeah, as you said, match point for them. Going to be a little bit tricky for Team Adapt to come back, and especially they are going this site now into the CCTV, which is going to be a little bit tricky. We have to wait and see how Team Adapt will go for this round instead. And I'm seeing a lot of Goyo placements in all of them actually on the site of Cash. So okay, maybe they have a kind of a plan just to.
Yeah, that is a lot of Goyo canisters. The moment that the thing is, the moment Aku Aku, like if they read into this, if they drone the site and they see 4 Goyo canisters there, they can just take control of stock from down below, and they can open up the wall or the floor rather from down below and just clear all of those Goyo canisters in like the first minute of the round. The thing is, for that, they would have to be really good at gaining information. At the moment, that first Twitch drone getting shot out is not a good sign of that. So maybe, just maybe, this could work out for Adept, trying to play heavy information denial. Got themselves pushing over inside of Master, that is, as Setsi is just running around trying to hunt drones, trying to play this position for as long as he possibly can before being pressured back, maybe even trying to commit to a fight or two. So for now, just trying to make those Goyo canisters work. But you can see, there we go, Los Blancos already in down below. He spots those Goyo canisters. He can clear them all out early. And this is going to allow plenty of time for Aku Aku to try and execute later. Have to wait and see. At the moment, Aku Aku also trying to work on the wall. If they can get this open, that would be a great boon for them. Another way to get into the site, but they have to worry about Munchie peeking these angles, and there we go, he's able to find it. Los Blancos finds the first one onto Setsi. I do believe that might have been a kill from Vertical. He's able to find one for himself. Kirby is able to find South Park. That is South Park just over-aggressing a bit, just trying to get himself in a bit too quickly. Gets caught out by it. As half the round is gone, we've lost quite a few players on both sides. Now, potentially have the opportunity to slow it down if Win would stop peeking into a DMR. There's live information onto this player in the corner as well. Here comes the swing. He's not ready for it. That Echo Drone essentially gives you a free kill. Alfara is down on the floor. Should be able to finish him off soon enough. There's still some yellow pings coming in. Have to wait and see. Don't. You're not telling me they're actually going to recover this guy. Fancy.
Yep.
Talk these people out of it. What are they doing?
It actually seems that they are recovering it, and they did. So the ace is recovered with 20 HP. Maybe we'll have to wait and see what they do. But it seems this plan is not going to be working, because remember, all of the guys were then on this position, so I don't think this is going to work for Team Aku Aku, because all of the guys are going to be in this position, and that means no chance for Team Adapt. Team Aku Aku going to be going forward from that construction site, but however, Bug decides to go on the other side and decides to try to play it smart from below, but however, his teammates is going to be losing their lives in the gunfights on construction doors, and the round simply just goes to Team Adapt, being 200 IQ, knowing that Team Aku Aku is going to push in the end from this side, and things work for them in the end.
Despite not finishing off that kill on the ace, I definitely have to commend Los Blancos for going down below. I think this was the right play for Aku Aku. The thing is just, if Los Blancos is able to find that kill and to win from down below, if he's able to open up the right angle, he dodged around him. He shot everything open except the one place where he needed to put his skeleton key. If he is able to find win inside of cash side and clear that out, I think this round looks very, very different, because the remaining players of Adept didn't really have a whole lot of control. They had control of red, and they were inside of CC. That was shaky at best. And there was so many different angles of ingress that Aku Aku could have gone for. If they would have had win dead inside of cash, they would have been able to execute into cash, and Los Blancos would have been able to either go up red or rotate back over to support his teammates on inside of construction. Somebody could have rotated over to the CC window. There's so many opportunities for Aku Aku to try and close this out if just that one kill happens, and the round would look very different. But let bygones be bygones, as Los Blancos is not able to find that. Instead, Win is able to secure a 2K for himself and is able to keep Adept inside of this match, as they're now given an opportunity to try and tie up the score, to try and put us into overtime, Fancy. There's only this one round to get us in. And Adept can bring this over the line. They may not be out of this just yet.
Yeah, it's gotta be one more round. Either we will end this on a 5-7 victory, or it's going to be as 6-6, and then we'll have to wait and see if the all over the place is going to be
Late reinforcement.
Maybe it's a bait. Maybe it's a 200 IQ strategy by Team Adapt. You never know. We have to wait, but it's not. It's actually going to be an open of the hatch, and they are playing into Motu and blue hatch, or at least the blue hatch is open currently. So 2 minutes into the round, 6 versus 5 in the score. As we said, we have to wait and we have to keep going to see what will Team Adapt do in this round, if they are going to be in the chance of claiming themselves and going for the overtime. I like the setup from them. It seems solid. It seems to be they seem to be taking everything slow. They don't care about taking gunfights, and this is the very important thing for them if they don't make mistakes.
Right, a drone shot out, a player cleared out of a corner inside of blue. Let's force that player back behind the generator. There's some grim bees being thrown out to try and make the life even more difficult, but Kirby's adapting around it. He's got a reinforcement to work with, and he has a rotation for himself to get himself into church. He's got cover to play with, he's got ample places to go if those bees are deployed, so he doesn't necessarily have to stand around in them. Unlike Damien, who does get caught out by the bees briefly, and now his mirror window is shattered, so Ash doing her job as well. Over here, as another set of the bees comes out, still 3 left in pocket to try and wait for this execute. At the moment, just putting on some phantom pressure, making Adept worried that the execute could come through at any moment. You can see Aku Aku is still not ready to execute just yet. They're putting themselves in position to go. See Los Blancos just being called over, seeing where they can potentially just try go for a point of ingress. They have to put a player down on bottom main. It's Farah to be the one to do it. They'll have to try and deal with this mirror window as well. Looking suspiciously like a church execute. Can they clear this player from this mirror window? Are they aware of the player playing here? Careful not to get caught out. Here comes a bit of a wide switch. Win gets the first one. Kirby a second. Now Exo is finally able to find one, but Munchie immediately trades, and Setsy's able to find another. Setsy with the second. And Adept. They put us into overtime, as now finally a timeout gets called by Aku Aku. And it looks like we're going to go into just even more rounds.
Yeah, we're going all the way overtime, and Team Aku Aku taking the timeout in the most important time now to try to finish this off, to fix their mistakes. It's two more rounds at least to see the results of this match. How will it go? And yeah, I think this is a perfect time for Team Aku Aku to be talking on what can they do and what can they change, especially that they are in attack as well in this round as well. So maybe they have to think how can they navigate through the defenses of adapt and see what can they do to keep the momentum rolling. Yeah, it's gonna be, and also if you think about it, this is also an advantage for Team Adapt because they have to fix the small issues that they were facing and the small problems that they had in this round, and like all overall as well in the game.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, all right. And with that, we're out of regulation, and we're into overtime. We've got potentially 3 more rounds, at the very least 2 more rounds, as no more match point opportunities. Those will have to be hard earned once again as we move back over to Adept, still being on the defense because they did get to pick this choice. They did get to pick to start on the defense in OT because they weren't the ones to pick in regulation. They picked this map, so they are given this opportunity now. Thanks to them choosing Clubhouse, they're also the ones to go on to defense. And just looking at the two halves, Fancy, we have had a very even split. Both of these teams have gone 4-2 on their defenses. So, realistically speaking, Adept should be favored to win out this game here.
Yeah, will it depends on how they play this at least side, because I am seeing very interesting combination because now they got the Tubaru, and Tubaru I think for side like this is very crucial, especially that there is no Maverick. If you can see that the wall, yeah, the wall is not gonna get open because it's gonna get tricked at least for the time being by the Tubaru. And is it gonna be opened? It's going to be opened eventually because Tubaru is going to eventually get he will run out of Zoto canisters unless the oh, is he gonna trick it? He did.
Alright, Trick comes out just in time. And with that, that wall is going to stay closed. Once again, an exothermic wasted. That is not a good look for Exile. That is now 2 exothermics throughout multiple rounds that he has wasted. And this time around, it's going to be more crucial as this doesn't appear to be a rush round. They do have the ace to try and make up for this mistake.
Oh,
But there's
no.
another Trick coming through. No! Munchie is able to get this one as well. Despite being EMP'd multiple times, they allow him to stay in this position. And they allow him to try and get this. However, they're just inside of the site. Hello? Los Blancos is already inside of bathroom. Multiple players are looking at the scout barricade that finally gets opened up. Farah able to get one, Subbox with another. Now Los Blancos gets active. Los Blancos with a second. It's only down to Munchie. It's in a 1v4.
Oh, no.
He gets shot out of this, and Aku Aku just walk themselves in from Jacuzzi Breach, completely uncontested. And somehow, Adept are not ready for this. And with that, Aku Aku win their first attack inside of overtime. A crucial round to win and set them up for success here on their defense.
This is very important for Team Aku Aku, and it was a great mistake by Team Adapt because they got so invested in tricking the CCTV breach and tricking the single construction that they forgot the site is not even this. The site is on the other side of the map. So this was so crazy. Like Team Adapt had everything correctly done, but guys, this is not the site. Remember, you're playing Gem, and so on, and that's what happens. The team just loses because, and to be honest, well played to Team Aku Aku because they read into it. They said, guys, they're tricking into this, and the site is clear. We can just go into the site directly, and that's what they did. They tried to go into the site, worked out for them. They caught team adapt trying to rotate back, and to be honest, this is really great from them.
Yeah, nothing. I've got nothing more to add to that. It was exactly as you described, Fancy. It's just they were able to hold cash and construction so well. If the bomb sites were cash and construction, if those two rooms were the ones you needed to defend, hey, 10 plus, like 10 plus points, you get all the points, you get everything on the board. But that's not the site. Okay, you have to defend Jim. And if you're just going to leave one player in there to try and contest with three that are getting in the breach and completely flooding the site, that is not good enough to try and stave off these attackers. And once again, very good read from Aku Aku to say, guys, we have enough of an opening here. Let's just go jacuzzi. Let's just go in right now because we have the opportunity to. Taking all of that space and then being able to find the right gunfights at the right time. It does allow
Yeah,
them to bring an important round of the board. And once again, we're in overtime. Uh, both of the splits that we've had, both of the halves so far have been 4-2 in favor of the defense. So Aku Aku winning an attack in OT and now going to the defense has all of the statistical favors to win out this map now at 8-6.
yeah, but especially the way they won the last round is a little bit over. It's going to be a little bit overwhelming for Team Adapt, and they all have to think how can they handle such pressure because they had everything under control, and now Team Adapt is going to be thinking, what can we do to just switch it up? And as I say so, the map is ready once again to get into this round to see who
Attackers
will
need to
win it.
locate and defuse
Will it be
bombs.
Team Aku Aku who will just close this game and just get it over with for them, or Team Adapt say, no, we made a mistake, we'll fix it, we'll come back, and we will have another say into this. And the site for this round is going to be basement. Let's hope Team Aku Aku doesn't do the same thing that Team Adapt did the last round, and then we find them defending CCTV or something.
Yeah, better hope that they don't do that. And with it now, of course,
10
Aku Aku
seconds to insertion.
in a prime position to try and close this out. We have seen them be able to do
5 seconds
great
to go.
things on the defense by just going out, getting early opening engagements. So I'm wondering,
Attackers' objective
overtime
is
is a
to locate a
difficult
bomb
place
and
to try and
defuse
do
it.
this. So if South Park decides to go aggressive here and he gets punished for it, if Adept are ready for this, he might just be throwing away the game. But at the same time, this is the recipe for success that Aku Aku has had on their defensive side. So if you let South Park or Los Blancos even, who's currently going 13-6 by the way, so just a quick shout out to him. He's just been pulling a lot of weight for.
He is him.
Yeah, absolutely. At the moment, standout player. Of course, South Park, Kid Adam, both in double digits. Very consistent performance out of them, but Los Blancos is just the standout player. He's able to find multi-kills where needed. He's able to find the right kills to set his team up for success. They're basically all impact frags. And he's died a lot less than his remaining teammates. So you can really tell that he finds himself last in a lot of situations. And he's still able to close it out. So at the very least, 1 or 2 clutches in his hands now in OT. And it looks like a slow start. So I was wondering if South Park was going to go out aggressive. The answer appears to be no. At least as of yet, he's not outside of the building. He's still alive, and nobody else has died. So not getting engaged early. That can prove some hesitance. That can prove that maybe Aku Aku are scared of making a mistake now. The problem is when you start hesitating, when you start playing not to lose, that is exactly the situation when Adept can come in and absolutely punish you. You cannot play to not lose. You have to play to win. So Aku Aku have to try and find an opportunity here to do something interesting, because otherwise they're just allowing too much space for Adept to try and get an exit. But that does put the ball in the court of Adept, who now have to try and set up for this. They've got a bit more time, but it's starting to get tight.
Yeah, it's they can already see the person on the cam behind, but he is behind the Mira and he's reinforcing the wall. And Team Aku Aku seems to be in control of this round, even though they are taking it in a different way of setup and different way of handling things, and unusual passiveness from them is doing them a favor actually in this round. 50 seconds into the round remaining, and the hatch is just about to be opened, the kitchen hatch, and that's very late for Team Adapt. I'm really concerned about Team Adapt way of execute here, because they have a lot of things to do in those last 30 seconds. We have to wait and see how can they uh, go throughout this round. They're trying to throw the Grim through the blue, and yeah, the Hibana's probably thinking of dropping the hatch from the Moto and the plant going into the Moto. The flash goes in,
15 seconds
the
remaining.
wall gets opened, and the 5 versus 4, 5 versus 3,
seconds left.
10 seconds remaining, 4 versus 3. The plant is going down. Team Aku
5
Aku
seconds
is
remaining.
2 persons down. He gets
Oh!
the C4.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
That's
Oh my
C4!
God.
You have run out of time.
Los Blancos once again. I said he was the impact player. I said he was the one to do the heavy lifting, and he finds not just the player covering the plant, but also injures the Habana who's trying to stick
my
that
God.
diffuser in the last few seconds. He's able to win it out for his team. The big man with the big kills. It is Los Blancos to drag it over the line. And despite the beautiful setup and execute from Adept, it is somehow Aku Aku who are able to deny it because it was too low on time. There was not enough resources to try and clear out the players inside of deep inside of Church. And with that, there's just that slight opportunity for him to just get that C4 out. And with that, they're able to win this round and move on into the finals of Qualifier 3.
Yeah, definitely. This was the very important thing. And by the way, Los Blancos was the most kills in the whole game. He was 14 kills. Like, this was the moment, and his team needed them, and it was very well done. The place and the time he was in was perfect.
Yeah. Give him that Ibana too. Make it 15 kills. I know he didn't finish that one, but that injury was round winning and match winning because they were on match point. So honestly, give him that kill as well. Make it 15. In our hearts, it was 15 kills, and that is an impressive performance to put up on Clubhouse. And with that, hey, they get to move on. And no more second chances for Adept. They are now out, and we will be playing the grand finals shortly. Of course, depending also on the outcome of the other semifinal.
Yeah,
But
but
before that, I mean, unless you have anything else to add, Fancy, I think.
no, I was just gonna say that even though that Team Adapt went out, it still doesn't really affect them that much because they have a lot of points in their favor, because going until this point of this qualifier gives them more points as well. So they don't have thing to worry about. It doesn't feel like a loss. Maybe it still would hurt a little bit to them, but and still in the end they didn't get affected too much by it.
Well, we're still in the qualifiers. Mistakes are allowed. You can lose a match like this, especially at a stage like
Yes.
that, where you're going against an opponent like Aku Aku, who is
Mhm.
putting in a lot of work to try and close out their games. So, once again, commiserations to Adept. Good job for Aku Aku to move on into the finals of this qualifier. Both have very good chances of making it in now. And with that, I think we'll just go ahead and throw it to a break. So, stay tuned.
The thin line that separates your shadows from my soul as these walls begin to fall. Head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fall, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, in your labyrinth. Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the third qualifier of the EON League going into the second season. And we do have some bad news for you. It does appear that the team that just won have forfeited their finals, the ones that we just casted. So it will be the team opposite the bracket that will take that victory. But despite us not having any more games today, we do have one more thing to announce, and that is to make sure not to miss out on the LCQ. So the qualifiers are done, the open qualifiers at least, but we still have another LCQ phase, and that will be on the 2nd of September. That will be next Monday, and you should stay tuned for that, Fancy.
Yeah, definitely. We have to wait and see more teams trying to clutch up their way, which if I remember correctly, is going to be Team Adapt and Team Flare, going to be against two other teams that are invited, and they will all of them be playing on Monday. So we'll have to wait and see who will be prevailing on that last chance qualifier.
Yeah, and other than that, that's all we have to announce. Sorry for the wait and sorry for the disappointing end once again. I was here for qualifier one as well, and the exact same thing happened. You know, teams have time constraints. They just hedge their bets with the point system. If they have enough points already, there's no point in them necessarily playing the final, so they can forfeit. That is unfortunate. It does feed over points to other teams, but hey, if you're running a tight schedule, though, to be fair, on a Friday, you really should have enough time on an evening. But who am I to say? So yeah, that will be it for the open qualifiers. Once again, stay tuned for the LCQ. That will be on the 2nd of September. And until then, take care and have a beautiful rest of your Friday.